They're at home on almost all roads all over the world. Volkswagen utility vehicles. The T5 Transporter, the Multivan, and the California Camper Van. All are built at the Volkswagen factory in Hanover. Some 13,500 employees produce more than 170,000 utility and special vehicles here every year. But components like pressed parts and light alloy castings are made here as well. In the radiator production unit, the body storage buffer area, the transmission of screw and bolt fastening data, or for noise testing. Over the last few years, Volkswagen Utility Vehicles has successively introduced innovative automated systems to its production facilities, all based on Profinet from Siemens, the Open Industrial Ethernet standard. This is the fully automatic production line for radiators in the Hanover factory. Radiators are produced not only for the utility vehicles, but also for many other models made by the Volkswagen company. A continuous sheet of metal coming off a reel at a speed of 300 meters a minute enters the first section of the machine. Here it is cut into strips of a predefined length called fins. Compressed air then transports the individual fins to the so-called core builder, where they are pressed together with the radiator tubes to make the complete shell of the radiator. The individual parts of the machine form a decentralized system based on Profinet with integrated safety. The individual fail-safe modules of the ET200S use ProfiSafe to communicate with the central machine controller of the Simatic S7-400 range. Also connected via Profinet from the controller is the Simatic Panel PC670 for operator control and visualization. Lars Peters from Volkswagen Utility Vehicles. Our new radiator production line is an impressive demonstration of how distributed machine configurations with integrated fail-safety can be easily created on the basis of Profinet. Industrial wireless LAN in the high bay store as well. Wireless via Profinet. The high bay store in the Hanover factory has enough space to store 520 vehicle bodies. This is where the bodies are stored temporarily when they come out of the paint shop before being taken to the final assembly station. Volkswagen Utility Vehicles has innovated this high bay warehouse with state-of-the-art automation technology. Communication between stationary and moving parts of the facility was initially enabled with Profinet, partially on a wireless basis. We used to employ loop conductors, which were very susceptible to problems and caused a lot of maintenance effort. It was exactly for this reason that we decided to adopt the industrial wireless LAN solution. It considerably simplified and shortened installation and startup, and as a result enabled significant cost savings to be made. In this phase, production was hardly interfered with at all. The transport tasks are implemented by controllers from the Simatic S7-300 family with an integrated Profinet interface. Our coax cables placed vertically on the masts of the stacker cranes function as extended antennas and are the basis for fast wireless Profinet communication. At the control station for emergency operation and for inventories, Simatic touch panels linked up via Profinet provide an excellent basis for operation in real time. Scallen's W788 access points are permanently installed on the floor with our coax cables laid along the whole length of each aisle. Several WinCC clients are installed in the control center for visualization of the high bay store. From today's perspective, we can say that there's not been one significant defect in the high bay store since it was commissioned. At this screw fastening station of the final assembly section 2, the Hanover factory decided in favor of Profinet with industrial wireless LAN, and in the process achieved a considerable reduction in costs. This line right next door still uses the classical solution. The drag lines were susceptible to faults, and besides this, the workers had to apply too much force and were taking too long to perform their tasks. The new screw fastening station with screwdriver control and distributed I/O is suspended from a moving rail and is integrated in the automation setup by means of Profinet communication and industrial wireless LAN. In an environment which is problematic for wireless operations, our coax cable is used with Scalance W access points for non-contact transmission. The client modules communicate reliably with the overall control system for the assembly line. Data communication enables not only transfer of workpiece identifiers but also the complete transmission of screw data sets, acknowledgeable screw fastening processes with controlled torques and synchronous station movement. The use of Profinet led to further acceleration and simplification of communication in the factory, especially following expansion and modernization of the facility. Profinet is also used for noise testing, which was switched from the road into the factory hall in Hanover. Up to 130 vehicles per day are examined for undesirable secondary noise. Vibration rollers covered in material of different thicknesses simulate varying road conditions. The vibration roller test bay is a soundproof enclosure and was built by Frud Hoffmann Prüftechnik GmbH from Elze. The result is an automation solution completely networked with Profinet and fitted with a fail-safe S7-400F SIMENS controller as the central test bay control system. Standard and fail-safe input-output modules of the bit modular ET200S system have also been fitted in the control cabinet. For the first time, distributed input-output modules of the SIMENS ET200 Pro series are in use in the load-bearing structure of the test bay, in the direct vicinity of the vibration dampers. Designed to degree of protection IP6567 for installation without cabinets, all the components of the modular system are protected against dust and water. There are three reasons why we chose Profinet: to minimize costs, to enhance performance, and to profit from the use of forward-looking technology. In future, we will also be using additional Profinet applications in our Hanover factory.